Having looked at the setup down the line and the backswing down the line, in part 3 we're looking at the through swing or downswing down the line. There's my pre-shot routine, followed by my shoulder turn. Now I must swing through, release the club. So the preparation was mental. I prepared with my mind, and that manifested as a physical setup. I then actively turned the shoulder, and that rotational movement gave me a powerful backswing. And we're crystal clear that the left shoulder did everything going back. Now there's the transition. I've coiled like a discus thrower. I must now release the club head first through my hands. Here we go. Now when you see me do that with the pause, everything starts down together. When you hit a golf shot, instinctively the hips and legs and weight shift beat the hands to it. Okay? So when I get to here and pause, when I release the hands, everything is in sync. In the real golf swing, what happens is, as the club goes back, the hips and the legs win the race slightly. Now, just because it's a movement you can see, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a conscious movement. I personally believe that if you prepare fully, load fully, and release the hands, the hips and the legs will win that race. I don't believe that it's a thing that you've got to work at, particularly for the club golfer. The pro might be able to do it, but if you get a club golfer to hit and say, go with the hips and the legs, they spin out and get all sorts of stuff wrong. I believe the majority, medium-high handicappers, are far better off believing that the shoulder coil is followed by release of the hands. So let's just do that. Prepare, coil, now hand action. Okay? Now goes to the pause. As I released my hands, everything came in. But in the real golf swing, the hips and the legs tend to win the race to the ball. Now, going back to earliest lessons, I told you everything I teach you fits on the back of a matchbox. Prepare for balance, coil in balance, release in balance. So here, down the line, it's very noticeable that my spinal angle is thus with the 6 iron. I load the shoulder, my spine angle is the same. So many of you, as you hit it, stand up and finish here. Now, the amount that you stand up is probably how far left you're going to pull it. Shall I say that again? If you keep your balance, it's healthy. If you stand up, the amount you stand up is probably how far left you're going to pull it. So, prepare, coil, release the club in balance. You can see that the ball's flying over the flag, perfectly struck, but my body is here. Where would the ball be if I finish there? The only way that the body will be vertical in the follow through is if you're hitting a fade. So if you prepare, coil, and hit a fade, then that's okay. You can stand up a bit. Ledbetter made millions teaching people how to do that, and Trevino was brilliant at it. So I'll open my stance, I'll hit you a fade, I'll coil, I'll hit you a fade, bit of Trevino in there, and my body's come up. So match it. If you're a fader, the body can rise. But if you're a Tom Watson draw spinner, better you maintain the angle of your spine right the way through. So there we have it. In summary, we've looked at the setup down the line, we've looked at the backswing down the line, and now we've looked at the downswing and through swing down the line. The big factor is angle of spine. Also, if you move around within the swing, you lose power. Just show you a pendulum. A pendulum swings freely if the fulcrum is constant. If you move the fulcrum, you kill the momentum. Just watch that again. Okay, if my fingers stay still, the pendulum swings. If I move the fulcrum, I kill the momentum. So, when you're making a golf swing, coiling and releasing in balance is a great factor, not just in consistency and accuracy, but certainly in maintaining your power source.